Have you ever wondered who really pulls the strings behind the throne? Is it the king with the crown, or someone else lurking in the shadows of the palace? This isn't just about dusty history books. It's a story of power, influence, and secrets that still echo in our modern world. Think about it. Running a kingdom is expensive. Wars, lavish palaces, grand ceremonies, all of it costs a fortune. And where did kings and queens get that kind of cash? They borrowed it. This created an intricate dance between the rulers and a new, powerful class of people, the bankers. From the Medicis in Renaissance Florence to the Rothschilds who financed nations, dynastic banking families became the silent partners of royalty. They weren't just lending money, they were shaping destinies. A loan could fund a war, secure a political alliance, or even save a kingdom from collapse. But this power came at a price. When a king couldn't repay his debts, who do you think held the real authority? The one wearing the crown, or the one holding the ledger? This dynamic gave bankers immense influence, allowing them to whisper in the king's ear and guide policy from behind the scenes. They could make or break a monarch's reign, proving that the hand that gives the gold is often more powerful than the hand that holds the scepter. This symbiotic relationship eventually led to the creation of institutions that still govern our economies today. Take the Bank of England, for example. It was established in 1694 to manage the government's debt, effectively becoming the nation's banker. These central banks became the backbone of national economies, controlling money supply, setting interest rates, and shaping economic policy on a scale that individual rulers could only dream of. The power of finance was no longer just personal. It was institutionalized, creating a system where economic forces could dictate the fate of nations, sometimes even more than the political will of a monarch. The throne had become intertwined with the balance sheet. But let's not discount the monarchy's own economic influence. While they were borrowing, they were also generating wealth. A stable monarchy created a predictable environment, fostering trust and encouraging investment. This stability was a precious commodity. It allowed economies to grow, trade to flourish, and societies to build lasting prosperity. Monarchies became symbols of continuity and reliability, which, in the world of finance, is as good as gold. Their very existence could calm markets and attract international trade, especially with other kingdoms, creating a global network of royal commerce. Now, let's step inside the palace walls, because the story of power doesn't end with the bankers. There was another group of people who held a unique and often underestimated influence: the royal servants. In the grand aristocratic households, servants weren't just staff. They were symbols of wealth and status. The more servants you had, the more powerful you appeared. For many, working on a royal estate offered a level of security and prestige that was hard to find elsewhere, especially during tough economic times. Within this world, a strict hierarchy existed. From the high-ranking steward who managed the entire estate to the humble kitchen maid, everyone had their place. This hierarchy mirrored the class distinctions of the wider society. But some of these roles came with incredible hidden power. The most influential servants were those who controlled access to the monarch. A valet, a lady-in-waiting, or a private secretary could decide who got to see the king or queen, who got to present a petition, and whose voice was heard. They were the gatekeepers to royal favor, and their influence could make or break a courtier's career. Beyond just controlling access, these servants were the architects of the royal image. They organized the grand balls, the state dinners, and the public ceremonies that defined the monarchy's public persona. A well-managed event could enhance the ruler's political image, projecting an aura of power, grace, and generosity. The smooth operation of the entire royal household, from the kitchens to the stables, depended on this intricate web of service. This created a profound interconnectedness between the servants and the served, where the quiet efficiency of the staff was essential to the public performance of power by their masters. But this grand performance has always come with a hefty price tag. And that brings us to a debate that's as relevant today as it was centuries ago. Who pays for it all? The financial burden of a monarchy, with its opulent palaces and extensive staff, falls squarely on the taxpayers. And when the general public is struggling through economic hardship, the cost of maintaining a royal family can become a major point of contention. We see this today with ongoing debates about royal expenses versus the economic revenue they supposedly generate through tourism and trade. The relationship between rulers and their bankers has always been a strategic and sometimes tense affair. When a sovereign defaulted on a loan, which happened more often than you'd think, it sent shockwaves through the financial world. Over time, banks developed sophisticated structures to manage this risk, but the fundamental tension remained. The crown needed money, and the bankers needed assurance they'd be paid back. This complex relationship has shaped financial history. Today, public perception of monarchy funding is a powerful force. Taxpayer sentiment often sways between support for the tradition and cultural value of a royal family and criticism of the cost. Polls and surveys often show mixed feelings about whether the monarchy provides good value for money Issues around transparency, exactly how taxpayer funds are spent, can fuel skepticism and public debate. These discussions aren't just about finances. They reveal deeper societal attitudes about tradition, class, and the role of a monarchy in a modern democracy. So, who really controls the throne? As we've seen, it's not a simple answer. Power is a complex web, woven between the monarch who wears the crown, the bankers who control the purse strings, and even the servants who manage the daily rituals of royalty. From the high-stakes world of international finance to the hidden corridors of the palace, true influence has always been shared, contested, and negotiated. The story of royalty is also the story of the hidden hands that have guided their fortunes, and, in doing so, shaped our world. What do you think? Who holds the real power in this timeless triangle of influence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this journey into the hidden world of royal power, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. See you next time.